Hello from Polish Consulate, and I'm with great Rita Cosby.
Oh, wow, thank you.
Our Polish connection to the American world. Thank you very much for doing it.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here, and also I love Nowy Dziennik. They're
Thank
such
you
a
very
great
much.
publication. I love what you do for the Polish people.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for getting the word out all the time. I love you guys.
Now, I have a very important question. You are working actually on election. You are covering the election.
I am.
And
I actually just got promoted to political editor just a few days ago for WABC Radio. So one of the
Are you still Foxy girl?
And I'm always a foxy girl. Always a foxy girl, right?
But Fox is still in the...
Always. Well, it's still many connections there. Many connections there.
Good. So the question is, what do you think? Who is the closest to win the race on the right side, on
the conservative side? You know what? That's a very difficult question, and I would be a multi-gazillionaire, maybe even richer than Donald Trump if I could predict it correctly today, because a lot can happen. I've covered a lot of political races, and often this is still a little early in the race. A lot of things can happen. I think about last go-round, who was ahead, and there was still a lot of drama, but I think if it were held today, I think he would win. I think Donald Trump would win the nomination. But a lot can happen between now and then. And I know Donald, I like Donald, I know a lot of the candidates, I like a lot of them. They're really great folks.
He's a man who can go and do stuff. So
he's a doer. He's a doer. But you know what? There's some great. I'm truly independent, and I have to be as a journalist. And there's some great qualities I see in a lot of them, and go, wow, these guys are great. These guys are great. This woman is great. I've met Carly Fiorina too. I think there's some great qualities, but I'm happy to see that there are people who care about America. I'm also happy to see that even in some of the debates and some of the conversation, they've talked about the missile shield of Poland.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm so proud that they are talking about it, because we Polish people have done so much to fight for freedom, and I was so sad when the missile shield did not go up and of course was taken down, and all the issues with the missile shield have been so disconcerting to me, because we know the history, we know my father's history,
yes,
and how important I think it is to protect Poland. So I'm happy to see that they've been talking about putting the missile shields back, putting them there. So to me it's very important.
Okay, last quick question. You're independent, but you work for independent media. I have my mind set right now. At this point, it might change, and I kind of like Cruz. And
okay.
My question for you is:
do
you think there's any chance that Trump might consider or accept vice presidency, or he's too big?
No, you know what? I don't ever see Donald Trump being vice president, or even I don't even see him being president of a company. He would be chairman and CEO as his role, but he would accept president of the United States.
Yeah.
But who knows? You know, it's an interesting race. I mean, you never know. I think Cruz is doing very well in Iowa. You never know where this race is going to go. But I think there's some great patriots out there, and I love that Donald Trump, and I love that many of the candidates, and even on the Democratic side, I love that people are interested in the race.
They're getting engaged.
Yeah, people are engaged. People care about foreign policy. People care about Poland.
They're more divided than ever, I think.
But you know what? At least they're talking about it, and at least young people. You know, you think about our country, our beloved Poland, and you think about that people like my father would have died to have been able to vote. And fighting for freedom and doing everything they can. And I'm glad that young people in America are getting galvanized and starting to care about national security, starting to care about freedom and things that, I think sometimes young Americans took it for granted. So I think Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump and all the candidates have done a great service in getting the word out to
Rita,
get people galvanized.
Thank you very much. You make sure you follow Rita on Twitter,
Thank
right?
You. Yes, at Rita Cosby, and on Facebook. And more importantly, make sure you read Nowy Dziennik, because it's a great publication.
Definitely. Of course. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Bye.
3
got that
times.
on video.
3 times.